Lassiter Factor.
What's up, all my movie-loving maniacs? It's your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor, and today I'm going to talk about the much-anticipated and final film of this July movie madness, Fantastic Four: First Steps, which was released in theaters over the weekend. I went to the theater to go see it, so let's review. So Fantastic Four: First Steps is, ironically, the fourth attempt at bringing the Fantastic Four to the big screen, in which this time it takes place within the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but within a different reality. In fact, this is Earth 8 to 8, I believe. They have been the Fantastic Four for 4 years until Sue Storm, she is pregnant. Their world gets a visit from the Silver Surfer, and she tells them, hey, Galactus is coming to eat your planet. And then they eventually figure out that, hey, give us your unborn son and we will spare your planet. And so now Reed Richards and company are gotta figure out how they can basically save the planet without giving up their child. Now, like I said, this is the fourth attempt at bringing the Fantastic Four to the big screen, and I've reviewed every single Fantastic Four movie leading up to this point. Check them out. My reviews are available. But yeah, there's the Fantastic Four movie from the 90s that never got released, but you can, if you can find it, you can watch it. And then there's the two Tim Story movies from the mid-2000s, Fantastic Four '05 and Fantastic Four: Rise of the Silver Surfer. Now, prior to this movie, I will say I think these were by default the best movies, but still, they had flaws. And then, of course, Four Stick, which was released 10 years ago, less said the better. Fox had the rights to the Fantastic Four for a long time until Disney bought Fox, and in turn, that gave Disney and Marvel back the rights to the Fantastic Four. So now here we are with a Fantastic Four movie under Marvel Studios. And how did I feel? Well, Kevin Feige and company have managed to do something that no one else has ever done, and that's make a good Fantastic Four movie, and that's what you get here. I feel like this was indeed a good comic book movie that was made for comic fans, and I mean that just from the first, let's say, 5 to 10 minutes of this movie. Like, there's a bunch of visuals and callbacks to Fantastic Four in comic lore. They really did the work to ensure audiences that these characters are in good hands. Now, I know some people were a bit apprehensive about the casting of the Fantastic Four, but after watching this movie, I think you will be on board. Everybody all around did an excellent job. Pedro Pascal surprisingly did an excellent job at Reed Richards. He is Reed Richards. He did a good job at portraying, like, this is the smartest man in the universe, but he is also dealing with some stuff inside, and he is trying everything to protect this world and protect his new family, and he just stretches himself too thin. I know people are starting to get Pedro Pascal fatigue, but I'm here to tell you, he did an excellent job in this movie, and he didn't, in a way, he kind of didn't overtake the movie, but at the same time, it's like, you see Reed Richards, not Pedro Pascal, is what I'm saying. Vanessa Kirby is, without a doubt, the best performance as the Invisible Woman. She portrays that motherly-like aspect of her, well, given the fact that she is pregnant within the movie, but at the same time, she still does a good job at portraying, like, basically the matriarch of this chosen family right here. And no, she doesn't do no girl bossing, or she doesn't, overtake the movie as the female lead. No, like, everybody gets equal opportunity. And anybody that heard that and ran with it, just shut up, all right? Just watch the movie. Trust me, everyone gets a chance to shine. Really, there's only one moment in this movie where she gives a speech, and it's in defense of her child, and I thought it worked in context of the movie. Joseph Quinn, who plays Johnny Storm, aka the Human Torch, he was really good in this one. In fact, I won't even say he's, of all the Human Torch performances, I think the jury's still out on which one I like more, but here it worked for this movie. Like, he is a hothead, but at the same time, he gets to grow up in a sense throughout the movie. Eben Moss Baccarin, who plays Ben Grimm, aka The Thing, he was also good in this, but at the same time, I do wish we had gotten more of him. And what I mean by that is, you gotta think, this movie takes place 4 years within them being the Fantastic Four, so that whole period of him getting used to this and adjusting to his new life, and you got to think, he's the one that has had the most taken away from him because of his powers, and I wish we had just gotten a little bit more of him dealing with that, both internally. Basically, it just feels like we are at the acceptance point of his grief doing all this. Yeah, just like James Gunn's Superman, I was a little worried that we're already hitting the ground running with them as heroes and them having their powers. But luckily in this movie, unlike Superman, that they make up for that by giving us this little old Tommy montage of what happened to them, the accident, how they got their powers, and how they basically became heroes to the city. I love the emphasis on family within this film, which no other Fantastic Four movie has ever done so excellently. I won't spoil too much, but they did Galactus justice within this film. And just from the visuals alone was just beautiful. And that's what I mean by this was a movie for comic book fans. And also the Silver Surfer. I'm sorry, let me stop. But nah, shout out about Silver Surfer in this film, played by Julia Garner. She was also surprisingly good in this movie. Now, granted, I wish we got just a little bit more with her, but for the times they used her in this film, I thought they used her effectively. And yeah, she's probably one of my favorite characters within this film. But then again, I've always just loved the visual of the Silver Surfer in concept. Whether it's a man or a woman, just saying. Overall, this did kind of feel like a phase one movie in the sense of it's self-contained, it's not connected to anything, you don't have to watch anything to understand this movie, and they even toned down some of that typical Marvel humor that has overtaken Marvel movies post Guardians of the Galaxy, which I definitely appreciated here. They was able to let some of the serious moments sit, like it took itself fucking seriously. I had a bet with one of my coworker friends that he didn't think that Marvel Studios could make a good Fantastic Four movie, and I won that bet after that first end credit scene, which I won't spoil you. He handed me that $5, and I was happy. This is not only the best, in my opinion, best superhero movie to come out this year, but the best movie to come out of Marvel this year. I'm going to give Fantastic Four First Steps a mid hard eyes emoji. Thank y'all so much for watching. Have you seen Fantastic Four First Steps? If so, let me know what you think in the comment section below. This is your boy Bankful B of the Lassiter Factor. Stay safe, wash your hands, peace.